Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay, so are we ready to get into today's lesson? Okay, so today's lesson is on rubber. Today's lesson in basic technology, our topic is rubber. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the meaning of rubber and rubber technology, the difference between natural and synthetic rubber, properties of rubber, and so on. Okay, so are we ready to get into today's lesson? Good. First, we are going to know the meaning of rubber and rubber technology. Okay, so what do we mean by rubber? Rubber is a material made from a liquid called latex, which is found in certain types of trees. This liquid is collected and processed to create rubber. Rubber is special because it can stretch and then go back to its original shape, like a rubber band. Okay, so rubber is a special material that can stretch and return to its original shape. It is made from the sap of rubber trees and can be created in factories using chemicals. Now we are going to be looking at the meaning of rubber technology. Okay, what do we mean by rubber technology? Rubber technology is the science and methods we use to make things from rubber. This involves processes like mixing, heating, shaping rubber into various products. Okay, so rubber technology involves how we take the raw rubber from trees or make synthetic rubber in a lab and turn it into useful things. This can include mixing different things, chemicals with rubber. Okay, so now we know the meaning of rubber and rubber technology, right? Good. So we are going to be looking at the difference between natural rubber and synthetic rubber. Okay? The difference between natural rubber and synthetic rubber. Natural rubber is like the original rubber that comes from rubber trees. It's found in nature. While synthetic rubber is made by people in factories. It's designed to have specific qualities that natural rubber may not have, making it useful for different purposes. So natural rubber comes from rubber trees. It's like the rubber you find in a tree's sap. It's found in nature, and synthetic rubber is made in a lab using chemicals. It's used when we need rubber with specific properties. Okay? Okay, so natural rubber is obtained from the latex of rubber trees, while synthetic rubber is produced from chemicals. Okay, so now we know the difference between natural rubber and synthetic rubber, right? Good. Let's look at the properties of rubber. Okay, the properties we have is stretchiness. Rubber can stretch when you pull it and then go back to its original shape. Think of it like a stretchy band. So rubber is very elastic, which means it can stretch when you pull it and then return to its original shape. Just like a rubber band, you can stretch it and it goes back to its original size. Right? When you stretch a rubber band, it goes back to its original size. So rubber is very elastic, meaning it can stretch when you pull it and then return to its original size. Okay? Two, we have bendiness. Rubber can bend without breaking. It's like a bendy straw. You can twist it and it won't snap. So rubber is flexible. It bends without breaking. This property makes it useful in products like rain boots, where you need flexibility while walking and it's raining. So rubber is flexible. It can bend without breaking. Okay? Bounciness. Rubber can bounce when you press it. This is why rubber balls bounce when you drop them. So rubber is resilient, meaning it can absorb and store energy when you press or squeeze it. It then releases this energy, making it bounce back. So this is why rubber balls bounce. So rubber can bounce. Okay? When you press it, it bounces back, right? It keeps things dry. Rubber doesn't let water through. Raincoats and rubber boots keep you dry in rain because they are made of waterproof rubber. So rubber is also waterproof, meaning it doesn't let water pass through. Okay? Doesn't shock. Rubber doesn't let electricity or heat pass through easily. It's like wearing rubber gloves when working with electricity to stay safe. So rubber doesn't conduct heat or electricity, which makes it safe to use in electrical activities to prevent accidents, right? Then toughness. Rubber can handle being rubbed and worn without easily getting damaged. That's why it's used in tires that roll on the road. So rubber can withstand wear and tear without getting damaged easily. It's used in tires because it provides durability on the road. So these are the properties of rubber: stretchiness, bendiness, bounciness, keeps things dry, doesn't shock, toughness, right? So we now know the properties of rubber, right? Good. Okay, so rubber is known for being bouncy and flexible. If you press it or stretch it, it will go back to its original shape. It's also good at resisting wear and tear, so it is used in making things like tires to help them last longer, right? Okay, so we are going to be looking at rubber recycling. Okay, how to recycle rubber. First, you gather old rubber items like used tires, rubber bands, or even worn out sneakers. You collect rubber, then break it down. We use machines to break down these old rubber items into smaller pieces, a bit like shredding paper, then make new things. Next, we take this small rubber piece and use them to create new stuff. For example, old tires can be turned into new rubber products like playground surface or even roads. Helping the environment, recycling rubber is great for the environment because it reduces waste and saves energy compared to making rubber from scratch. Okay, so rubber recycling is when you will take old rubber items like worn out tires or rubber bands and find ways to use them again instead of throwing them away. Recycled rubber can be used to create new products, which is good for the environment because it reduces waste, right? Okay, so now we know everything about rubber, right? We talked about the meaning of rubber, that rubber is a special material that can stretch and return to its original shape, right? It's made from the sap of rubber trees, or it's created in a factory using chemicals. Then we also talked about the meaning of rubber technology. The rubber technology is the science and method we use to make things from rubber. We said that, right? Then we looked at the difference between natural and synthetic rubber. We said natural rubber comes from rubber trees. It's from nature. And synthetic rubber is made in the lab using chemicals, right? Then we talked about the properties of rubber. We mentioned them, right? Rubber is known for being bouncy, flexible. If you press it or stretch it, it will go back to its original shape. We talked about all that, right? Then we looked at rubber recycling, right? It's a process of reusing rubber products to reduce waste and environmental impact, right? Rubber can be recycled through various methods. Like you cut it into, use a machine to break them into smaller pieces, like shredding a paper. A recycled rubber can be used for manufacturing new products, right? We said all that. So now we know everything about rubber, right? Good. So let's look at our assignment. I'm sure we are going to be able to answer these because we talked about everything concerning rubber here. Okay, good.